it's going. Oh my God, it's actually going. It keeps the score. What's really interesting is that it didn't just write the code. It actually decided that it wanted to run the game as well, which is a little bit scary. At least it asked for permission. What is good, everyone? Tyler here. Welcome back to another video. Breaking news for our top story today. We got a code generation project called GPT Engineer, which can build entire code bases. Will it replace developers? Let's find out. Okay, the jacket has come off. That's how we know we mean serious business around here. So we're going to go ahead and clone the repository. But the first thing we want to do is create a virtual environment so that all of our packages are contained and it doesn't pollute other workspaces. So what I've done is created a virtual environment called Tyler WG, and you can see there's some stuff in here. If you're going to do this on your local computer, you're going to go ahead and do Python 3 or whatever Python version you want. You're going to want Python 3-m venv and the name of your virtual environment. I just called it Tyler WG. Okay, I did that in my root directory, and that went ahead and created this folder you see right here. Once you're in here, you're going to want to activate it. So I'm going to go source bin activate. And there you go. We're activated in our virtual environment. Everything you install with pip will now be contained in here. Okay, so first thing we'll do is go ahead and check out their GitHub repo. You're going to go to Anton Osika, I hope I pronounced that right, Osika, /GPT Engineer, and take a look at what this thing offers. So you specify what you want it to build, the AI asks for clarification, and then builds it. GPT Engineer is made to be easy to adapt, extend, and make your agent learn how you want your code to look. It generates an entire code base based on a prompt. This is pretty exciting. So it seems like you edit a prompt file, and then you fill in some stuff in your terminal, and apparently it builds a whole app. So let's go ahead and get started. The canonical example they've got is a snake game. So let's start with that. Then I'm going to build probably a different game. So let's go ahead and try this. We're going to clone this repository, head on over to your terminal. And again, if you're not super savvy with this stuff, send me a tweet and I'll help you get started. So, or ask me in the comments. We're going to git clone this project. Cool. We've got that cloned. Next thing they want us to do is install the requirements. And again, I probably have a lot of these already. So let's go ahead and cd into GPT Engineer, pip install. Okay, installing all the dependencies. The next step is you're going to want to have your OpenAI key, right? Because it's going to use GPT-4 to do a lot of this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and open this in VS Code. And on the example that they give us is a snake game. So we're writing a snake game in Python. Now it looks like they want us to run the main file. And this main file is what starts up the whole project. And then you pass in your example project. So ours is just called example. So if you recall, we have the prompt file in that example folder. I'll check that out right here. We've got example. Prompt. We're writing a snake game in Python, MVC components split in separate files, and keyboard control. Let's go. Okay, so it seems like it's starting to describe how this game is going to work. The program is a classic snake game where the player controls a snake that moves around the screen, eats food, grows in length. The objective is to eat as much food without the snake colliding with itself. Okay, and then it describes the features, what the folder structure is going to be like. And this is all very cool. This is sort of an agent sort of directing itself and creating all of this and making LLM calls when necessary. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward here to where it finishes this, and then we'll move on to see if we can actually run the game. Okay, here it creates the main snake class, which defines snake attributes, as well as the food class, which are those little things that you see snakes eat in the game. Okay, now this has finished here, and it's gotten to a point where it actually wants to run the game. So let's see what happens. So first of all, let's see what it made. It made it a game class. It made a snake class, a food class, basically structured the entire project. Now it's gotten to a point where it wants to run it. So I don't know what's going to happen here. It could blow up my whole computer. Let's try it. Oh, it's going. It's actually going. Down. It keeps the score. What's really interesting is that it didn't just write the code. It actually decided that it wanted to run the game as well, which is a little bit scary. At least it asked for permission. I kind of want to see what happens when I die. Okay, here we go. I'm going to kill myself now. Snake suicide. Leroy! Oh, and it just restarted. Okay, so it doesn't actually end the game, but it restarts. That's pretty awesome. This is a very advanced game in that it knows to just restart the game, not close it. It created all these instructions with just a few simple commands. Pretty awesome. Okay, how do I get out? Cool. Okay. Now we've built the canonical example, the snake game. Let's try a different game. I want to see if I can build Hangman. I'm going to call it Hangman. And then inside of here, I'm going to create a new file called main prompt. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and copy the main prompt from the original example right here and see if we can just change this to Hangman and see what happens. Okay, we are writing Hangman game in Python. MVC components in split and separate files. I'm not really sure if this is necessary, but let's give it a shot. This probably could just be a simple script, but let's go ahead and run it. So we'll go back to the terminal. I'll do Python GPT Engineer main, and then we pass in Hangman, I believe was the name of the folder, and let's go. Maybe it'll be a little faster. Now, one thing that is interesting is that it's not asking me to further specify any things. And I saw that in the video. Let's let this run. And you can definitely see it's a lot faster now. So let's see if it works as well. You can definitely see in the repo, in this example here, let's make this bigger. At one point, it asks the user to clarify a little bit. So I'm a little bit confused why it's not asking me to do that. But if you had to, you'd probably just write some specifications to give it more information. But it seems to be figuring out a lot of stuff on its own. Okay, so it's going, and I'm gonna go ahead and pause it, and we'll come back once the game is ready. We can see it's creating the class game, etc., which is very, very cool. Okay, we'll be right back when this is all done. Okay, interesting. We actually got an error when it was trying to run this. So I think it actually tried to run tests. Okay, y'all, so after about 3 attempts and about $2 spent on OpenAI LLM calls, I was able to get this game working. The main file lives in workspace, actually. I should mention that. So you got workspace here, and actually it created a main file that actually runs the game. Workspace, and then main. And now we've got Hangman, so let's just see A. E? There's got to be an E in it. Okay, cool. L. Shit. T. R. Okay, apparently I'm terrible at Hangman. So let's go ahead, and this is where it helps to know a little bit of Python. I can go ahead and look at this code and change how many options it's going to, how many attempts it's going to give me. So let's make this 100. So this is Hangman on easy mode. It's going to run it again. Okay, I got 100 attempts now. I better get this. A. L.
Bruh.
Yes, I got it. Wait, what was the fucking word? Cherry? Was it cherry? Is that one of the words? Cherry. We have defeated the AIs. Now, could you have built this app by hand? Sure. But I think probably when you think about it, $2 in terms of the time it would have taken to write the whole game is probably worth spending. So there might be bugs, etc., but it actually works and you have a functional game. All right, y'all, I'm going to leave it there. Are all devs going to be out of work soon? Probably not. I might be. Anyway, let me know what y'all think of this project. Can you think of some cool use cases to try it with? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I got to go build a house for my cats. I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.
This doesn't even make any sense. You think AI will ever be able to do this?
Hell no.